just kind of rolling here for the next couple of years. So be prepared.
Well, happy birthday coming up.
Exactly. All right, quick look outside. Let me get you ready for your Monday. My first look at weather forecast is coming right up.
Plus, a Walla Walla College is now under investigation by the Department of Education following reports of discrimination on campus. And a much-anticipated Tri-Cities Recovery Center will be unable to accept patients for over a year after significant delays. Good Morning Northwest continues right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest, on your side.
Good morning and thank you for joining us. I'm Riley Fitzgerald.
And I'm Jason Valentine. Welcome to Monday. We're a week away from Christmas, 2 weeks away from Happy New Year. A lot going on.
Definitely a lot going on this Monday.
Yes, and we've been dealing with bad air quality, well, moderate air quality for the past weekend, and we've been under an air stagnation advisory for all of our areas. It's coming to an end this morning, but what's starting is some showers. Let's take a look outside. It is, hold on for it, hold on for it, hold on one more time, and hold on. It's 6 o'clock. There we go, 6 a.m. on this Monday morning. And again, folks, we are looking at a little bit of shower activity that came through areas, not all of our regions, but specifically Ellensburg, Yakima, Toppenish. You saw some rain to rain snow mix. Though luckily we're above the freezing level pretty much across the board, save for Walla Walla and Pendleton right at the freezing mark. We're also seeing some foggy conditions, 10% visibility in Pendleton. So our highs today, we are mostly in the upper 30s. For this week, we're going to be in the upper 30s to lower 40s yet again. So that scant bit of showers this morning will be followed up by a little bit more shower activity mid-afternoon to our early evening hours, pretty much across the board. And again, sticking around in our early evening a little bit more for Yakima and Ellensburg. So air stagnation ends at 10 a.m. today. Quick showers, snow in the Cascades. A lot to talk about. I'll have that in my first look at weather forecast coming up in about 10 minutes.
Whitman College in Walla Walla is being investigated by the U.S. Department of Education after reports of alleged discrimination on campus. There haven't been any details given by the Department of Education, but these investigations have become a lot more commonplace recently due to accusations of anti-Semitic, anti-Muslim, and anti-Arab behaviors on college campuses as the war in Gaza continues. Just last week, the Department of Education opened investigations into Rutgers, UC San Diego, and the University of Washington, along now with Whitman College. According to college officials, the school is fully cooperating with the investigation. Punishments could include anything from a written warning to being dismissed from the college. Washington State Patrol has confirmed the cause of death of 21-year-old Evergreen College student Jonathan Rodriguez. The Thurston County coroner confirmed that carbon monoxide caused Rodriguez's death. According to authorities, 2 other students were treated for suspected carbon monoxide poisoning. They have since been released from the hospital. Rodriguez died in an on-campus apartment Monday night, but WSP says the investigation of the timeline and causes of this incident remain ongoing. A colorless and odorless gas, symptoms of carbon monoxide poisoning can mimic the flu, such as nausea, weakness, and drowsiness. You can protect yourself by installing a carbon monoxide detector in your home. Kennewick police have announced 8 indictments after a year-long investigation by the Tri-City Metro Drug Task Force. Authorities released this photo of the evidence seized from during the investigation. The task force's investigation began in 2022, looking into a drug trafficking organization with gang ties. According to authorities, the ring distributed fentanyl and meth in the Tri-Cities. The investigation resulted in the federal indictments of 8 people and the seizure of 2 guns, 2 pounds of cocaine, 76 pounds of meth, 238,000 fentanyl pills, and $18,000 in drug proceeds. 7 suspects have been arrested. Investigators say 1 suspect remains unaccounted for. Governor Jay Inslee has announced a supplemental budget worth almost $71 billion, focusing on an additional $64 million meant to combat the opioid epidemic.
One pill can now take your life. The fentanyl is the nuclear weapon of drugs, and we've got to up our game against this scourge.
Part of the money would go to ensuring first responders have Narcan on hand so they're able to reverse the effects of an overdose. Governor Inslee also wants to set up 20 smart machines to provide Narcan in areas with high rates of opioid overdoses. The state legislature will vote on the governor's proposed plan when they return to Olympia next month. The Tri-Cities community will have to wait longer than expected for a mental health and drug addiction treatment center. Benton County's deputy administrator says they initially hoped to start accepting patients at the end of 2024, but there have been some delays that pushed the plan back by almost a year.
So now the team is telling us we're looking at the fourth quarter, probably late November of 2025, before everything would be completed. So we've had discussions, though, that if they are able to advance portions of the initial project earlier, that they would do that. I mean, each of the pieces that we're doing are capable of operating independently, and so they don't necessarily all have to be finished at the same time.
The Recovery Center would be spread across 2 buildings, each with a different focus. Coming up on Apple Valley News Now after the Seahawks game tonight, we'll talk about how the county is working with the community to help to give people seeking help a much better chance at long-term recovery. There's an issue impacting 911 call centers all around Washington state. According to Benton County Emergency Services, some 911 callers won't be able to hear ringing on the line while waiting for a dispatcher to answer. Benton County Emergency Services says if this happens, don't hang up. Stay on the line until a dispatcher answers the call. Non-emergency dispatch says the problem is being worked on, but there's no estimated time repairs. A man accused of killing a family of 4 in Kellogg, Idaho is expected to plead guilty to lesser charges today. Major John Kaler will likely plead guilty to 4 second-degree murder charges, which were downgraded from first degree. This change comes after mediation with an agreement from the state of Idaho, the victims' families, and Kaler's attorney. Kaler is accused of shooting and killing Kenneth and Kenneth Guardipi and teenagers Devin and Aiken Smith this past summer. Jason Valentine returns now with a look at your morning weather forecast.
Folks, we have some shower activity to talk about today in the form of rain, unless you're heading into the mountains. Also have a sneak peek at your upcoming holiday weekend that's coming up in my First Alert weather forecast.
Plus, a car plowed into a parked SUV that was guarding President Biden's motorcade Sunday night while the president was leaving a visit to his campaign headquarters.
This may look like a holiday shopping showdown, but it's a Nissan sales event ad. Good thing my Rogue has intelligent all-wheel drive.
So does my Altima.
Now get 2.9% APR financing for 60 months or save up to $3,000 on the 2023 Nissan Rogue. Better hurry. These offers won't be back in stock.
Do more together this Whatever your plans are this season, do more in a new Chevy. Use your Red Tag bonus cash to get $87.50 total cash allowance on this Silverado.
See your community Chevy dealers.
The holidays are here, and Honey Baked Ham has exactly what your holiday gathering needs. Whole turkeys fully cooked and perfectly seasoned, just heat and serve. Turkey breasts deliciously smoked or oven roasted. Or our famous slow-cooked spiral-cut hams, hand-glazed and caramelized to perfection. Complete your feast with one of our incredible sides and delicious desserts. So many choices! Honey Baked Ham on Columbia Center Boulevard in the Planet Fitness Shopping Center. Or call 509-579-5855. Put Honey Baked Ham on your table this year.
For 600 different cigars and 120 fine pipe tobaccos, it's The Educated Cigar. For every cigar rated 96 and higher by Cigar Aficionado, it's The Educated Cigar. For 200 accessories, including dozens of humidors and fine pipes, it's The Educated Cigar. At The Educated Cigar, you can enjoy your favorite adult beverage and food from the on-site bar and restaurant while smoking and viewing the big game. Family owned and operated since 1998, open 7 days a week.
Magical moments.
Snowy adventures. Warming up. Making memories. A winter wonderland. The perfect close-by getaway this winter is Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. Find countless ways to play and plan your escape at cdawinter.com.
Portions of Apple Valley News Now, sponsored by Lord's Health and Trios Health, making communities healthier.
Welcome back on this Monday morning. Well, this morning we're learning new details about the incident involving the president's motorcade after a car struck one of the Secret Service's vehicles. ABC's Liz Landers is in Washington with the latest.
Overnight, a momentary scare for President Biden and First Lady Jill Biden.
Mr. President, why are you losing to Trump in the polls?
When a car in the president's motorcade was struck by a vehicle as they departed from a staff dinner at his campaign headquarters in Wilmington, Delaware. The seemingly startled president whisked into his car by the Secret Service. The First Lady was already waiting in the SUV. Neither were hurt. Officers surrounded the car with weapons at the ready. The driver putting his hands up. A statement from the Secret Service says a vehicle securing the president's motorcade was struck by another vehicle. There was no protective interest associated with this event, and the president's motorcade departed without incident. The Wilmington police added that they are working to determine if impairment was a factor in the incident. Sources tell ABC News that the incident did not appear to be politically motivated.
And President Biden is scheduled to be in Delaware through Tuesday. Well, coming up, a large swath of residents along the eastern seaboard are under flood and wind alerts as the storm system that slammed the south moves north. You probably saw a lot of that if you were watching football yesterday. And I'll return with, well, look at your first alert weather forecast. Let me get you ready for your Monday and the week ahead. That is next on Good Morning Northwest.
From Apple Valley News Now, this is Medically Speaking.
The Pacific Clinic is a health, sports, and medical campus where we feel like we're a one-stop shop. Primary care is everything that you do here at the Pacific Clinic. We really focus on preemptive care. And what that means to us is going out and playing tennis and working on that proprioception, that balance, that social aspect, flexibility, all those things.
Living an active lifestyle is extremely important to our health. Research shows that just by incorporating exercise into our daily lives, we can reduce our risk of cardiovascular disease by 50%. So cutting your risk in half is amazing. And just by incorporating regular exercise, we add years to our life.
Stress is the primary reason why living an active lifestyle is so important, because it reduces stress. Stress brings on anxiety, depression, all of the things that we don't want to feel.
So there's some really good benefits to cold therapy, specifically with regards to neurotransmitters. What's important about those neurotransmitters is when they go up, it improves your mood. And so it's become a really good treatment option for depression. And as far as the hot therapy, things like a sauna are really good at preventing cardiovascular disease, Alzheimer's disease, and even some respiratory diseases. I would recommend that folks take advantage of all the services we have to offer here at the clinic. You can make significant strides toward improving your health by utilizing all that we have to offer.
Tonight, after football, the Tri-Cities Mental Health and Addiction Center.
So right now we're looking at the end of 2025 to open the doors.
Find out why it's still about 2 years away from opening. Apple Valley News Now prime time tonight after the Eagles-Seahawks game.
Want $500? It's Santa's Big Give from Coca-Cola of Yakima and Tri-Cities. To enter, click on contests at applevalleyNewsNow.com. $500. Santa's Big Give from Coca-Cola of Yakima and Tri-Cities and applevalleyNewsNow.com.
Portions of Apple Valley News Now, sponsored by Lord's Health and Trios Health, making communities healthier. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Jason Valentine.
Good Monday morning, everyone. Hope you're enjoying it so far. And yes, we are looking pretty calm this morning. We had a little bit of shower activity rumbling through and about done in Yakima, Toppenish. Still a little bit to go. Rain snow mix in Ellensburg. Scattered showers through the rest of our areas. We do expect to see more shower activity later on this afternoon. I'll get to that in a bit. We do have a winter weather advisory for the eastern slopes of the Cascades. So snow only around an inch, but ice is possible. That's from 1 today to 1 tomorrow. Be careful if you're heading over to the west side anytime soon, especially in the next 24 to 30 hours. Make sure you keep an eye on conditions. So let's take a look at our future cast. And we do expect to see more shower activity after a break. Return as we get to our afternoon to early evening hours. Pretty quick for the Tri-Cities, Mid-Columbia, and the Blues, but sticking around for Yakima, Ellensburg, Toppenish. Could even see a little bit of rain snow mix a part of that. Then we'll have one more push as we get into our overnight period. Luckily, it will be in the form of rain. That'll move along, and then we'll see maybe a scattered shower or two for your Tuesday, especially in the Blues. But Wednesday, we're going to see more clearing, but we do see the return of fog coming on the way. So rain for the entire west coast, quite a bit on the coast, especially in Oregon and in northern California. Our area is just getting a scant bit of that shower activity. So a little bit of fog, patchy fog throughout many of our cities. Yakima, Prosser, Hermiston, between 60 and 80% visibility. Still 10% visibility in Pendleton. Be very careful this morning. We should have widespread fog returning on our Wednesday. Air stagnation advisory comes to an end today at 10 a.m. That could return though really air quality was only flirting with moderate to good air quality for the weekend. So not too bad air quality taking a hit from that stagnation. Very light winds, and we do expect light winds for the week ahead. So current temperatures, we are right at or above the freezing level. Nobody's below it for our cities, including 32 for Walla Walla and Pendleton. So chilly out there. Our highs today and for the week ahead are going to be in the upper 30s, lower 40s, right around our average. And that will continue into our Christmas next week. So winter solstice 3 days away, Thursday night. Christmas Day 7 days away. New Year's Day 14 days away. My goodness. All right, take a look at our highs today, mid to upper 30s, pretty much across the board, save for Hanford at 40. And similar conditions for the Blue Mountain region. 7-day forecast for Yakima, upper 30s, lower 40s for the week ahead. Overnight lows just above the freezing level until the weekend. Morning showers tomorrow. Could see returning showers by Friday. Fog returning Wednesday for all of our areas. Tri-Cities area, morning showers tomorrow, maybe Friday. Overnight lows below the freezing mark starting for the weekend. And in Walla Walla, up to 47 tomorrow, mid-40s through Friday. And staying right there in the 40s for your holiday weekend. So for today, showers coming to an end, Yakima, Ellensburg in the next hour or so. Returning showers middle of your afternoon to early evening. Going to stick around a little longer for Yakima and Ellensburg. Overnight showers for all of our areas overnight tonight, and then warming tomorrow with fog returning by Wednesday.
The weather and travel delays this morning at the beginning of this busy week before Christmas. Some of the busiest airports in the country are on alert as a storm system moves into the Northeast following a weekend of heavy flooding for millions of Americans. ABC's Andrew Dimbert has the latest.
This morning, a damaging storm barreling up the East Coast is expanding, kicking off this week before Christmas with treacherous travel for millions of Americans. A widespread 2 to 4 inches of rain are expected from Delaware to the Canadian border. More than 6 inches could fall in parts of New England, with wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour possible along the coast.
Fear, worry, anxiousness. Just figuring out how we got to set up for the next storm and what time the high tides are coming.
The storm already drenched Florida with tropical storm-like conditions. Parts of South Carolina got nearly a foot of rain, swamping Charleston. Hundreds of flights have been delayed at airports in Atlanta, Miami, and Fort Lauderdale. Beginning this week, until January 2nd, 39 million Americans are expected to fly, with peak travel expected this Thursday and Friday. This storm already putting a damper on holiday travel plans.
I'm excited, and but we're going to have to wait in long lines, but it's fun.
Much colder temperatures will return to the east after this storm. When we return on Good Morning Northwest, the holidays can be a hard time for some. When we come back, we'll hear from a local health professional about how to protect your mental health during the winter season.
During the holiday sale at Furniture Row, I could show you one sofa, one table, one mattress, even just one bed. But then you'd miss out on the hundreds of other sofas, tables, beds, mattresses, and accessories that make up Furniture Row's incredible selection and guaranteed lowest prices. And best of all, everything is on sale. Plus, 5 years, no interest financing. Shop the holiday sale today, only at Furniture Row.
From Apple Valley News Now, this is Medically Speaking.
My name is Lauren Martin. I started to work out at Hanford in 1982, and for 20 years I worked with the fleet, repairing cranes, locomotives, cars, ambulances, fire trucks, everything. After 20 years, then I came down with a disease. There are some very, very expensive drugs, and my copay on that is $0. All I have to do is pick up the phone and it's there.
So we'll definitely evaluate their past employment. As a registered nurse myself, I'll look through their medical records and I'll look to see maybe what medical conditions they have, and we'll be very upfront with them, honest about whether they do have a claim that could warrant benefits or not, and just kind of let them know what those next steps are, the timeline of how long it could take for them to get approved.
Shelby's Floral, your homegrown neighbor with worldwide connections for over 45 years. Shelby's, more than just a flower shop, specializing in beautiful custom arrangements, live plants, silk florals, home decor, and all things Christmas. We're unique and we're here for all of life's occasions. Shelby's Floral at the corner of Clearwater and Edison in Kennewick. Stop by today and let our experienced designers help you with all of your floral needs. Shelby's Floral.
At Bruce Heating and Air, your comfort is our business. With over 30 years of professional HVAC experience for residential and commercial properties, you can rest assured your heating and air system is in good hands. In addition to providing quality heating, air conditioning, ventilation, and installation services, Bruce Heating and Air also houses a full-service sheet metal fabrication shop.
Now, through December 31st, receive rebates up to $1,400 off on a new Daikin Fit system when you finance from Bruce Heating and Air. Terms and conditions apply. See dealer for details.
Portions of Apple Valley News Now, sponsored by Lord's Health and Trios Health, making communities healthier.
Welcome back on this Monday morning. Well, while many people look forward to the holidays, for some it can bring up loneliness or grief or depression. Prosser Memorial Health is raising awareness of the issue, and Apple Valley News Now's Jill Sperling spoke with a psychiatric nurse practitioner about what to do if you're feeling a bit blue for this season.
A gloomy winter day can have a big impact on your mood.
It gets darker much earlier, it stays darker longer, and so the brain doesn't have that much exposure to the light, and it just starts, we don't get enough serotonin, they believe, that's produced, or less serotonin at that time of the year.
And for those who are already struggling with anxiety, depression, or bipolar disorder, their symptoms can be intensified.
They'll have feelings of sadness, maybe even feelings of hopelessness. Sometimes the people either feel like they want to sleep more, and sometimes they feel like they want to sleep less. People can find that they have changes of appetite. If it gets really severe, sometimes people can have thoughts of suicide or self-harm.
These are indicators that you should see a doctor or mental health professional, or call the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline at 988. But psychiatric nurse practitioner Heather Morse says there are some preventative actions you can take before you reach this point.
I think some things that you can do to protect yourself from that is continue being social, continue doing healthy daily activities, make sure you're eating well, make sure you have a good sleep routine and are sleeping well, make sure you exercise. Exercise, I feel, is so important.
And when there is a sunny winter day, get outside and soak it in.
Being outside in light exposure can be very important in decreasing the symptoms.
Morse says people living in eastern Washington are less likely than those on the west side to be affected by seasonal depression because of an increase in sun exposure.
Reaching out to a healthcare professional, Morse encourages you to speak to family or friends. If you are having thoughts of self-harm or suicide, please call 988. Respiratory illnesses are on the rise across the country, including flu, COVID, and RSV, just as Americans begin to gather for the holidays. Data from the CDC shows at least 17 states are seeing high or very high levels of respiratory activity. Nationally, flu-related ER visits are increasing.
RSV appears to be peaking in some parts of the country, but we are still seeing a lot of cases. Influenza, like it usually does, is running wild, and COVID-19 hospitalizations have been up for the past 5 weeks.
Right now, flu activity level is low in Washington and Idaho compared to the same time last year when the flu activity level was labeled very high. Even though the holidays are fast approaching, experts say it's not too late to get vaccinated, an especially important reminder for those who are at high risk. Coming up, Customs and Border Protection is temporarily closing another crossing point from Mexico to the U.S. in order to process migrants. That's next on Good Morning Northwest.
At Bruce Heating and Air, your comfort is our business. With over 30 years of professional HVAC experience for residential and commercial properties, you can rest assured your heating and air system is in good hands. In addition to providing quality heating, air conditioning, ventilation, and installation services, Bruce Heating and Air also houses a full-service sheet metal fabrication shop.
Now through December 31st, receive rebates up to $1,400 off on a new Daikin Fit system when you finance through Bruce Heating and Air. Terms and conditions apply. See dealer for details.
For 600 different cigars and 120 fine pipe tobaccos, it's The Educated Cigar. For every cigar rated 96 and higher by Cigar Aficionado, it's The Educated Cigar. For 200 accessories, including dozens of humidors and fine pipes, it's The Educated Cigar. At The Educated Cigar, you can enjoy your favorite adult beverage and food from the on-site bar and restaurant while smoking and viewing the big game. Family owned and operated since 1998, open 7 days a week.
Indulge in Legends Casino's seafood buffet experience. Discover a feast of premium crab legs, succulent shrimp, and an array of delectable ocean-inspired dishes. Elevate your evenings with Legends Seafood Buffet every Thursday and Saturday starting at 4 p.m.
In the heart of Tri-Cities wine country, you'll find the Goose Ridge Richland Tasting Room. Located in the center of our vineyards is an opportunity to enjoy life through wines, hard ciders, Monson Ranch spirits, light bites, and live music at Goose Ridge. More than you'd expect, more than just a winery.
There's more to life than the car you drive. It's the smell of fresh air and thrill of the outdoors, the celebration of life, and the family that lives it with you. It's those little moments you wish would never end. Whether you need room for 8 or enough torque for your weekend escape, no matter what your adventure, Corwin Ford will help you get there. Corwin Ford, family driven for over 100 years.
Prosser Memorial Health orthopedic surgeon Dr. Jeffrey B. Higgs is now seeing patients at Prosser Orthopedic Center providing sports medicine and orthopedic care. His services include arthroscopic surgery, sports injuries treatment, shoulder instability, rotator cuff and replacement surgery, knee reconstruction, and more. To schedule an appointment with Dr. Higgs, call Prosser Orthopedic Center at 509-786-5599 or learn more at prosserhealth.org. This is how we care.
There's still time to save with Bi-Mart's latest Christmas savings book posted at bimart.com. There's 20 pages of great store-wide savings, including everything you need for the holidays. At Bi-Mart, our members save more every day.
This newscast sponsored by Walker's Furniture and Mattress.
Multiple border crossings continue to be closed as Senate negotiators wrapped another evening of border negotiations Sunday without any major updates. And amid the war in Gaza, reports are coming in that 2023 has been the deadliest year for Palestinians who live in the West Bank.
And out with the air stagnation and in with the rain and some snow in the mountains, everyone. I'll get you prepared for your Monday and the week ahead. My first alert weather forecast.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest. On your side.
Good morning and thank you for joining us. I'm Briley Fitzgerald.
And I'm Jason Valentine. Welcome to Monday. We are moving along. It's December 18th.
It already is. I feel like maybe this month has gone by a little slower than
Really?
last month has.
Interesting.
Yes, because I just a couple minutes ago, I was taking the time to think, and I was like, I feel like it should already be January.
Oh, all right. Well, for me, this has gone by fast.
Yeah.
Yes. So we're getting close to the big days, a week away from Christmas, 2 weeks away from 2024. How was your 2023?
My 2023, I had a lot of good things happen.
Good.
I had a lot of good things. It was probably the most good things in my life. I got married, got a house,
Sure.
got a new cat.
I hope they continue.
So all good things have happened. How was your 2023?
Oh, it was fantastic.
Good.
Looking forward to a good 2024. Quick look outside, everyone. Let's get ready for your Monday. We had a little bit of shower activity move through most of our areas, though very scattered through the Mid-Columbia and the Blues. The rest of our areas, Yakima, Toppenish, Ellensburg, starting to see that break up as well. Even saw a little rain-snow mix in Ellensburg. We still have deep fog in Pendleton area, about 10% visibility there, so give yourself some extra time. Showers will return middle of our afternoon to our early evening, especially for Yakima and Ellensburg. Could be, even see some heavy rain at times after sundown. We're going to be above the freezing level overnight, so we're going to see overnight rain showers into tomorrow. Then we'll see fog return for all of our areas as we get to Wednesday. Highs today mostly in the mid to upper 30s. We're going to warm up tomorrow a bit. So air stagnation ends today at 10 a.m. Quick showers, snow in the Cascades. A lot to talk about. Let me get you ready for your holiday plans. That's coming up in your First Alert weather forecast in about 10 minutes.
U.S. border officials are announcing more changes today to address migrant crisis on the southern border. The new action comes as former President Trump faces scrutiny for his immigration rhetoric, which critics are comparing to rhetoric used by Nazis in World War II. ABC's Liz Landers has the details.
This morning, officials at the U.S.-Mexico border are temporarily suspending freight train crossings in El Paso and Eagle Pass, Texas, in order to redeploy resources elsewhere. It comes after authorities reportedly apprehended more than 4,000 migrants in the area yesterday alone. Temporary closures were also recently imposed at a port of entry in Arizona and at a pedestrian entrance in San Diego. Over the weekend, Senate negotiators failed to reach a deal on a framework for border security improvements, which Republicans are demanding as a condition to pass more funding for the wars in Israel and Ukraine. Republicans point to national security concerns at the southern border and the smuggling of drugs. A truck driver at a cargo facility in California just across the Mexican border was recently arrested, accused of carrying 3,000 pounds of meth and more than 500 pounds of cocaine inside packages of jalapeno paste. But Democrats say if the problem of illegal immigration was solved today, the illegal drug supply in the U.S. would be unaffected because they say the drugs mostly come through legal ports of entry.
They're poisoning the blood of our country. That's what they've done.
Former President Trump is facing criticism for his immigration rhetoric, speaking about, quote, blood purity, echoing Nazi slogans of World War II. Trump doubled down at a campaign event last night, saying the U.S. needs a cleanup.
We will begin, and we have no choice, the largest deportation operation in American history.
One of Trump's rivals in the Republican race, Chris Christie, blasted the former president.
He's disgusting. And what he's doing is dog whistling to Americans who feel absolutely under stress and strain from the economy and from the conflicts around the world.
In Washington, Liz Landers, ABC News.
As for those bipartisan talks in Washington on new border security measures, lawmakers did report progress yesterday, while also downplaying any hope for a deal before the holidays. Homelessness in the U.S. hit a record high this year. That's according to a new report from the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development. The 2023 Annual Homeless Assessment Report shows more than 650,000 people experienced homelessness on a single night in January. That's a 12% increase from the previous year. It is also the highest number of people experiencing homelessness since reporting began in 2007. The data also shows that families with children made up nearly 30% of those who were homeless, which is a 16% increase over the previous year. In a statement, HUD Secretary Marcia Fudge says, quote, homelessness is solvable and should not exist in the United States. U.S. National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan says Israel will transition to a new phase of the war focused on, quote, more precise ways of targeting Hamas leadership. He made those remarks on Friday in Tel Aviv after meeting with Israeli President Isaac Herzog. Sullivan also says the U.S. wants to see results on Israel's intent to avoid civilian casualties in Gaza. Dr. Mustafa Barghouti, the president of the Palestinian National Initiative and a member of the Palestinian Parliament, was asked about what he thinks about Sullivan's comments.
I think what Mr. Sullivan is saying is not enough at all, and on the contrary, he's advocating the continuation of this terrible war for months to come. If we count the Palestinians who have been killed, including those under the rubble, you're talking about no less than 25,000 Palestinians killed and 10,000 children killed, in addition to 50,000 people injured. How many more people should die? I think the solution is not the continuation of this terrible war, which will take lives of Palestinians as well as Israelis, but to stop the war.
This year has been the deadliest year for Palestinians in the West Bank on record. That's according to a new report from the United Nations Office for the Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs. The OCHA says a total of 477 Palestinians were killed in the West Bank and East Jerusalem from January 1st to December 15th. The organization says that makes it the deadliest year since they began keeping records in 2005. The OCHA also says more than half of the deaths occurred after the October 7th attacks. The report also states that of the 278 Palestinians killed since the attacks, nearly all were killed by Israeli forces. Jason Valentine returns now with a look at your morning weather forecast.
Folks, we've made it to Monday. We're getting close to most of our big holidays, about a week away from Christmas. So folks, let me get you ready for your Monday as winter approaches this Thursday.
Plus, NBA superstar Steph Curry is doing his part this holiday season as they spread Christmas cheer to schools in Oakland.
Operation Best Friend on Good Morning Northwest, sponsored by Windermere Group 1.
Where's the most mouth-watering pizza and best salad bar in town? Well, Hubby's Pizza, of course. And with a lunch special starting as low as $10.49 for a 2-topping Pee-wee pizza and a medium drink, why go anywhere else? Delicious, mouth-watering food with only the freshest ingredients. It's lunchtime and I'm going to Hubby's Pizza, a hometown favorite for nearly 45 years.
This may look like a holiday shopping showdown, but it's a Nissan sales event ad. Good thing my Rogue has intelligent all-wheel drive.
So does my Altima.
Now get 2.9% APR financing for 60 months or save up to $3,000 on the 2023 Nissan Rogue. Better hurry. These offers won't be back in stock.
Here we go. Sponsored locally by Prosser Memorial Health. Learn more at prosserhealth.org. This is how we care.
Exciting news. US Cellular has the amazing new iPhone 15 Pro with a stunning titanium design and the best iPhone camera yet. The thing that I love...
Beautiful. Now let's cue the music. Green screen. And action.
US Cellular has the amazing new iPhone.
Come on, man. It's titanium.
US Cellular has the amazing new iPhone.
Cut. Love it.
That felt good.
New and current customers can get the iPhone 15 Pro with titanium on us. Get the gift of connection at US Cellular.
Looking for Santa Claus? He's here with us at Queensgate Gardens. Visit us today for your best selection of Christmas trees and wreaths. For this season's holiday cheer, bring your family and find the perfect tree. Customize your own wreath and pick out locally grown poinsettia. Visit us at Queensgate Garden today.
Your Seahawks are back on Monday Night Football as the Philadelphia Eagles come to Seattle for a primetime NFC showdown. The Eagles battle the Hawks at 5. Then stay tuned for Apple Valley News Now primetime. It's all tonight.
Happy holidays from our family to yours.
Wishing you and yours a very Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas from Apple Valley News Now.
Merry Christmas and thanks for watching.
Apple Valley News Now hopes you're having a very happy holiday season.
Welcome back. Golden State Warriors superstar Stephen Curry is a hero to many, both on and off the court. On Friday, Curry and his wife Ayesha spread a lot of Christmas cheer when they appeared at Manzanita Community School in Oakland.
Curry's foundation, Eat, Learn, and Play, announced its plans to rebuild the school's playground. Friday's event marked the foundation's 11th annual Christmas with the Currys.
And the foundation also donated 85,000 books to the Oakland School District. Each child will receive 5 books to take home.
The Currys say they love seeing the joy on the children's faces, and they have made it their mission to have a positive impact on these children's lives. Fantastic, you know, when these superstars, they're making a lot of money. And when they give back, especially to their communities, it is always fantastic. So, Steph Curry, one of the good guys.
Definitely.
I love it.
Definitely. Good story.
Quick look outside, everyone. Let me get you ready for your Monday. Your first alert weather forecast is coming up right after the break.
And the autopsy of Friends star has been released, revealing the actor's cause of death. That's next on Good Morning Northwest.
Tonight, after football, the Tri-Cities Mental Health and Addiction Center.
So right now we're looking at the end of 2025 to open the doors.
Find out why it's still about 2 years away from opening. Apple Valley News Now prime time tonight after the Eagles-Seahawks game.
Give the gift of beautiful skin this season with skincare products from Prosser Memorial Health's Dermatology Center. Choose from a variety of dermatologist-approved products proven to fight the harsh winter cold, target fine lines and wrinkles, and treat acne. Give the gift of healthier skin this holiday with luxurious skincare products from the Dermatology Center. Order online today at prosserhealth.org. Happy holidays.
The chill of winter has always been warmed by the glow of tradition, which sometimes starts as a simple gift that is then passed from generation to generation. The holiday season gives us just one more reason to find joy in the little things. And as years fly by, we realize the true gift is actually in the time we get to share together. This season, as past gifts turn into today's treasures, here's to creating that one more cherished moment with the ones you love. Yakima Federal Savings and Loan, celebrating tradition since 1905.
At US Cellular, anyone can get any phone free. So give yourself a free phone from US Cellular.
She's here.
Then give yourself the gift of not checking it. The gift of connection at US Cellular. New and current customers get any phone free.
This Christmas, give the kids a gift of fun at the 2024 Benton Franklin Fair. This package includes a full day of carnival rides, a youth admission ticket for kids ages 6 to 12, and a cuddly stuffed animal, all for only $30. That's a savings of $15. Available now until Christmas Eve at Kennewick Ranch and Home or the fair office in Pasco. Quantities are limited, so don't wait. Happy holidays from everyone at the Benton Franklin Fair.
Is your furnace worn out and a bit ugly? Apple Valley News Now and Jacobson Roads present the Ugly Furnace Contest, your chance to win a brand new gas furnace. To enter, click on Contests at applevalleynewsnow.com and follow the instructions. Everyone who enters gets a free system inspection. One second prize winner gets a 2-year membership in the Jacobson Roads Maintenance Club. And the grand prize winner gets the new gas furnace, including expert installation by Jacobson Roads. The Ugly Furnace Contest from Jacobson Roads and Apple Valley News Now. Apple Valley News Now and Jacobs and Rhodes present the Ugly Furnace Contest. Your chance to win a brand new gas furnace. To enter, click on contests at applevalleyNewsNow.com and follow the instructions. The Ugly Furnace Contest from Jacobs and Rhodes and Apple Valley News Now. Operation Best Friend on Good Morning Northwest, sponsored by Windermere Group 1.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Jason Valentine.
Good Monday morning, everyone. We've made it to the work week, or maybe you have this week off. I hope you do. If not, well, nonetheless, I'm going to get you ready for your week. We're seeing first light coming through, and folks, we are almost to Thursday when we get to the solstice, when we're going to see days be longer than we've been seeing shorter, really since of course, the summer solstice. But still, it's going to be nice to have more light than not. So moving along, the shower activity we saw overnight and into our early morning hours is moving forward. Little bit going on, Connell, Hanford areas, very light. We do expect to see, though, showers returning in a bit. I'll get to that in a second. Winter weather advisory for the eastern slopes of the Blues. Snow around an inch. Ice is possible, so some slick conditions if you are heading into the mountains. It starts today at 1, ends tomorrow at 1 p.m. So about 24 hours of that. So we do have future casts. We do have shower activity coming in as we get to our afternoon hours. It would finally move. There we go. So we're seeing the shower activity moving from the south in our middle of our afternoon. It's going to persist pretty quick for the Blues and the Tri-Cities into Ellensburg, Yakima, Toppenish. Could even see some rain snow mix there. Then that'll move to the north. Then we have another shower system coming in overnight. Luckily, we're above the freezing level throughout all our cities. Then some random showers in the morning, then clearing into Tuesday evening. And then as we get to Wednesday, we'll be looking at more fog returning, as just like the weekend, we'll have sunny skies above us, but that fog could be socking us in yet again. So we have quite a bit of shower activity coming into the west coast, not necessarily our areas. We're just getting a scant amount of the showers, but heavy showers in Northern California and on the coast for Oregon. So current visibility, 20% in Pendleton, slowly getting a little better there. 60% Hermiston, 80% in Yakima, so keep an eye out for patchy fog on your commute this morning. Our air stagnation advisory, which started for all of our areas Friday, will come to an end today at 10 a.m. We saw some moderate air, but still not too bad for an air stagnation. As we move along in our morning, winds are staying light. We could see just a little bit of wind as we get into the rest of our week, but still light winds will persist. In our currents right now, we are above or at the freezing mark for all of our areas, which is good with that precipitation coming through. And we should be above the freezing level overnights for most of our cities for the week, if not for the next 5 days or so ahead. So our temperatures, we're going to remain right around our highs, right around our average. That will continue well into our Christmas week. So winter solstice Thursday evening. Winter's almost here. Winter's coming. Christmas Day a week away. New Year's Day 2 weeks away. Our highs today, mid to upper 30s across the board, save for a little bit warmer in Hanford at 40. And over in the Blues, same story. 7-day forecast for Yakima. Again, we are looking at lower 40s, upper 30s. I believe we can rule out a white Christmas, unfortunately. Overnight lows are staying warm for at least the work week, and shower activity into tomorrow morning, then returning Friday. Tri-Cities area, lower 40s, upper 30s for the week ahead. Could see showers Friday as well. Fog returning Wednesday. Overnight lows below the freezing mark this weekend. In Walla Walla, 47 tomorrow. That's pretty darn warm. And overnights getting cooler in the weekends as well. So get ready for some middle afternoon to early evening showers, overnight showers, then drying up for your Tuesday afternoon with fog returning likely on Wednesday.
A new movie topped the box office this weekend. Rick Damigella reveals which one in our top 5 countdown.
Give it up for
Trolls Band Together slipped to 5th place this weekend on ticket sales of $4 million, while Godzilla Minus One stomped back to 4th place with $4.9 million. Just ahead of it, The Boy and the Heron landed in 3rd with $5.2 million.
The Hunger Games, they're to punish the districts. Those tributes don't have a choice.
The Hunger Games, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, held on to 2nd place this weekend, adding $5.8 million to its domestic total, which now stands at $145 million.
In Chocolate Maker.
The best chocolate in the world.
Ooh.
Wonka wins weekend. The Willy Wonka origin story wrapped up its first place win with $39 million. That's just at the domestic box office. Variety reports the movie's worldwide total now sits at just over $151 million. In Hollywood, I'm Rick Damigella.
Friends star Matthew Perry died from acute effects of ketamine, according to a newly released autopsy report. The Los Angeles County Medical Examiner indicates enough was in his system to cause cardiovascular overstimulation and respiratory depression. The 54-year-old actor was receiving infusions of the drug to treat anxiety and depression, but the report says his last known treatment dose should have been out of his system by his death October 28th. In addition to its medical uses, ketamine can be a recreational drug with psychedelic effects. Drowning is also noted as a contributing factor in Perry's death. Officials say an assistant found him face down in a pool. We'll be right back with the morning sprint and a final check on your forecast, but don't go anywhere. We'll have that right here on Good Morning Northwest.
Weekdays at 11 after The View.
You've got a date with Access Daily.
Food.
Food is good. All of it.
Self-improvement.
It's my all-time favorite thing.
And, of course, fun.
You don't know this.
Plus, your favorite celebrities.
We got some new friends that join us. They're ready to party.
Access Daily.
Yep, it's the perfect date with a lot of great company. We've got you covered.
Then at noon, it's GMA3. What you need to know. Access Daily. Weekdays at 11 after The View on Apple Valley News Now.
Stacy Lee, her father's family homesteaded near Dayton more than 100 years ago. She moved to the Tri-Cities to start a career in broadcasting in the 90s and has called it home ever since. Stacy Lee, Apple Valley News Now First Alert Weather. She's local.
Our local experience is the difference.
And on your side.
Weeknights on MeTV. Watch Andy Griffith at 8, The Beverly Hillbillies at 9, and Green Acres at 9:30.
MeTV for Yakima and the Tri-Cities. Broadcast channels 35.2 and 42.2 and on Spectrum Channel 182. Your Seahawks are back on Monday Night Football as the Philadelphia Eagles come to Seattle for a primetime NFC showdown. The Eagles battle the Hawks at 5. Then stay tuned for Apple Valley News Now Prime Time. It's all tonight.
Warp 1. Warp 2. Warp 3.
Can't this thing go any faster?
Maximum warp.
Warp into a galaxy of adventure. All Star Trek.
Only on H&I on Broadcast Channel 35.3 in Yakima and 42.3 in the Tri-Cities.
Happy holidays from our family to yours.
Wishing you and yours a very Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas from Apple Valley News Now.
Merry Christmas and thanks for watching.
Apple Valley News Now hopes you're having a very happy holiday season.
Meet Riley Fitzgerald.
He has been identified.
She grew up in Richland, got her degree at Washington State, and now she has your back every day on Apple Valley News Now.
Live in Kennewick.
Apple Valley News Now's Riley Fitzgerald. She's local and on your side. Now, the morning sprint.
Time right now is 6:51. We're going to get to your first alert forecast in just a moment, but we begin with a look at this morning's top stories. Whitman College in Walla Walla is being investigated by the U.S. Department of Education after reports of alleged discrimination on campus. These investigations have become a lot more commonplace recently as the war in Gaza continues. Just last week, the Department of Education opened investigations into Rutgers, UC San Diego, and the University of Washington, along with now Whitman College. According to college officials, the school is fully cooperating with the investigation. Washington State Patrol has confirmed the cause of death of 21-year-old Evergreen College student Jonathan Rodriguez. The Thurston County coroner confirmed that carbon monoxide caused Rodriguez's death. According to authorities, 2 other students were treated for suspected carbon monoxide poisoning, and they have since been released from the hospital. Rodriguez died in an on-campus apartment Monday night, but WSP says the investigation of the timeline and causes of this incident remain ongoing. Kennewick police have announced 8 indictments after a year-long investigation by the Tri-City Metro Drug Task Force. According to authorities, the ring distributed fentanyl and meth in the Tri-Cities. The investigation resulted in the federal indictments of 8 people and the seizure of guns, 2 pounds of cocaine, 76 pounds of meth, 238,000 fentanyl pills, and $18,000 in drug proceeds. 7 suspects have been arrested. Investigators say 1 suspect remains unaccounted for. The Tri-Cities community will have to wait longer than expected for a mental health and drug addiction treatment center. Benton County's deputy administrator says they had initially hoped to start accepting patients at the end of 2024, but there have been some delays that pushed the plan back by almost a year. Coming up tonight after the Seahawks game, we'll talk about how the county is working with the community to give people seeking help a much better chance at long-term recovery. A man accused of killing a family of 4 in Kellogg, Idaho is expected to plead guilty to lesser charges today. Major John Kaler will likely plead guilty to 4 second-degree murder charges, which were downgraded from first degree. This change comes after mediation with an agreement from the state of Idaho, the victims' families, and Kaler's attorney. Kaler is accused of shooting and killing Kenneth and Kenna Guardipi and teenagers Devin and Aiken Smith this past summer. While many people look forward to the holidays, for some it can be a difficult time, bringing up feelings of loneliness, grief, and depression. December is Seasonal Depression Awareness Month. With shorter days and a lack of sunlight, people who already struggle with mental health symptoms are at the highest risk of increased feelings of depression during the winter months. If you're experiencing any of these symptoms, discuss them with your doctor or speak with a mental health specialist. The Biden administration's plan to increase the salmon population in the Snake River is stirring up a lot of controversy. Conservation groups sued the federal government in an effort to save several species of fish and claim the Snake River dams are the reason behind the decline. But farmers and ranchers in the area say they depend on the dams and barges to ship their crops, and according to the Public Power Council, power rates could rise up to 40% or more without the dams. Starbucks has been accused of retaliation against unionization. A new complaint has been filed by the National Labor Relations Board, alleging Starbucks violated labor laws by closing union-organized stores, including multiple Seattle coffee shops. The NLRB is asking for an order that will force Starbucks to reopen several stores on the west side and offer workers their jobs back. Starbucks responded by denying the allegations of union busting, claiming it respects workers' rights to unionize.
Good Monday morning, everyone. Hope you had a wonderful weekend. Seeing some light coming through, and we did see a little bit of shower activity rumble through, but most of it is gone by now. A little bit of vestiges in the northern part of Hanford and Connell. We do expect to see showers, though, returning as we get to our middle of our afternoon to early evening hours. We do have a winter weather advisory for the eastern slopes of the Cascades, so near Yakima and Ellensburg. From 1 today until 1 p.m. tomorrow, snow around an inch, not too bad, but ice is possible. So if you're heading over the west side, do be aware. Improving in Pendleton, we're now to 50% visibility there, 60 in Hermiston, 80% in Yakima. Still some patchy fog out there, so keep an eye out for that. Air stagnation advisory coming to an end today at 10 a.m. We really were only in the moderate to good zone for air quality, so not too bad despite that air stagnation that could return later on this week, especially Wednesday. Wind speeds are light. They're going to remain light for the week ahead, so again, fog of possibility in the morning, and again, air stagnation possibly popping up. So our current temperatures were above the freezing mark or at it across the board for our cities, right at just a little cooler for Ellensburg. So we do expect to be over the freezing mark overnight tonight, which is good because we expect overnight showers, so that'll be in the form of rain. Let's take a look at those highs today. We're again mid to upper 30s. We expect to see some mid to lower 40s as we get into tomorrow. 40 our hot spot in Hanford, upper 30s for much of the Mid-Columbia, and upper 30s for the lovely Blue Mountain region. So folks, mid-afternoon showers, widespread, even more in the evening hours for Yakima and Ellensburg, widespread overnight tonight. Get ready for a cool Monday ahead. Riley.
Thanks for waking up with us and watching Good Morning Northwest. GMA is next.